Hi there, Morgan here from Crafting a Lovely Life, and today I'm going to show you how to make these amazing pillow covers for Halloween. We will be using our Cricut, adhesive iron-on vinyl, and Electra foil to make these magic pillow covers. The designs that I'm using today are available for free on my website, and I will link them below so that you can download them. I still can't believe how cool these pillow covers turned out and can't wait to show you how to make them, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is measure our pillow cover to see how big our design should be. For this pillow cover, I went with the largest size that I could because I wanted to have as much of this super cool foil on the pillow as possible. So 11.5 inches wide is what I will use for both designs. Now we can open a new project in Cricut Design Space and upload the I Put a Spell on You SVG file. Next, we can resize the image to fit on our pillow cover. For the first design, I am just going to use the adhesive HTV and foil for the entire thing. So I can select the design and click attach to keep everything together while we're cutting. Then we can click make it. Since this is an iron-on material, we will also need to turn on the mirror option for the mat. Click continue and select your material type. For the adhesive HTV, we will want to select the everyday iron-on material type. The adhesive HTV that I'm using comes on a larger roll, so I will just cut a 12 by 12 square to use for each design. Now we can place it on the standard grip mat with the shiny side down. This material is a little tricky to tell the shiny side from the more matte side. It's a little easier to tell if you hold the vinyl under a light, as you can see in the video here. My ring light shows up very clearly on the shiny side, which is the side we want to put down. I then like to use a brayer tool to make sure the material is really stuck on the mat well. Then we can load the mat and start cutting. Once the mat is done cutting, we can unload it and remove the vinyl from the mat. For the next design, I decided to use glitter iron-on vinyl for some of the stars because I love glitter iron-on and I really thought it would look amazing. It turns out that the foil is actually way shinier than the glitter iron-on, which I didn't think was possible. So in hindsight, I would have preferred just to use the adhesive HTV and foil for the entire design. However, I didn't do that, so I figured I would go ahead and show you how you can use this adhesive vinyl with additional material like the glitter iron-on. So go ahead and open a new project and upload the Hocus Pocus design. Then resize it to fit the pillow cover. If you want to just use one type of material, you can select the entire design and click attach. Then click make it and mirror your mat. If you want to try using the glitter iron-on for some of the stars like I did, then you will just want to select the entire design and click ungroup. Then select the black star group and click ungroup. Next, we will turn off the purple layer. Now we can select the different stars we want to stay together while we're cutting. Just click and drag to select the stars and then click attach. Now we will turn the purple layer back on, select it and click attach. Then you can click make it. For some reason, Design Space split the stars onto different mats, so we're going to move all of the stars to just one mat. Just select the group of stars and click the 3 dots on the top left corner. Then click Move Object and select the mat you want to move it to. Once the stars are on the new mat, move them down so none of the stars overlap. Repeat that process until you have all of the stars on one mat. We will also need to mirror each mat with design elements on it. Then click continue and select glitter iron-on for your material type. If you have an Explore machine, you will want to turn the dial to custom and then select glitter iron-on in Design Space. Now we can place the glitter iron-on vinyl on the standard grip mat with the shiny side down. Then load the mat and start cutting. Once it's done cutting, you can unload the mat and remove the vinyl. Before you cut the adhesive HTV, you will need to change your material type to everyday iron-on back in Design Space. Then you can place the adhesive HTV on the mat with the shiny side down and start cutting. Now that both designs are cut, we are ready to start weeding. To weed the design, use a weeding tool to pull up the corner and then remove the bulk of the excess vinyl. Next, you will use the weeding tool to remove the smaller parts of the design that you don't want on the pillow cover. The adhesive HTV was a little tricky to weed because it's hard to see the cut lines, so just take your time with this material. The plastic backing sheet is also crazy sticky, so that made it a bit more interesting as well. But once you get used to working with this material, it really wasn't all that different from weeding regular iron-on vinyl. Now we are going to set the temperature and time for our heat press. When you first press the adhesive HTV on the pillow cover, you want the temperature to be set to 305 degrees and the time set to 5 seconds. We just want to heat the adhesive HTV long enough to get it tacked onto the pillow cover. Next, you will preheat the pillow for about 5 seconds. I also used a lint roller to make sure there wasn't anything that was going to keep the vinyl from sticking properly. To get the design centered, you will want to fold the pillow cover in half and apply heat. This will give you a visible line to use when you place the design. Then gently fold over the design and put a crease in the plastic backing sheet at the top and the bottom. Now you can line up the lines on the plastic backing sheet with the line on the pillow cover. For this first pillow, I placed a Teflon sheet over the pillow cover like I normally do to protect the material from direct heat. But I think this made it so that my adhesive vinyl didn't get enough heat. So I actually don't recommend using the Teflon sheet for this project. Apply heat to the entire design for 5 seconds. I had to do this in 2 sections to get everything heated. Then you will want to remove the plastic backing sheet while it is still warm. To apply the foil to the pillow, we will need to up the temperature on our heat press to 320 degrees and the time to 30 seconds. Next, you can place a piece of the Electra foil big enough to cover the entire design on top of the adhesive HTV. Then place the Teflon sheet on top of the foil and start heating. You do want to use the Teflon sheet for the foil so that it does not get stuck to your heat press. Again, I had to do this in 2 sections to get the entire design heated. Once you have heated the foil, you will need to set the pillow cover aside to cool for at least 15 minutes. You do not want to peel up the foil until everything has cooled completely or you will have a big mess. Now we can start on the next pillow cover. Again, you will want to preheat the pillow cover and use the lint roller. Before we place and heat the adhesive HTV, we're going to iron on the glitter vinyl. So go ahead and up the temperature on your heat press to 330 degrees and set the time to 10 seconds. To get the stars placed correctly on the pillow, I stuck them onto the larger Hocus Pocus design. Refer back to the design in Design Space to get everything lined up correctly. If you need help visualizing where the stars should go, you can also place the Hocus Pocus part of the design on the pillow and then line up the stars. Once you have everything on the plastic backing sheet, remove it from the pillow. Then fold the pillow in half and apply heat so we have a visible line in the center of the pillow. Fold the plastic sheet over and crease the top and the bottom, then place the design onto the pillow cover. Once it's centered, gently peel up the adhesive vinyl layer so you just have the stars stuck on the pillow cover. Then apply heat to the stars for 10 seconds or until they are stuck down. My glitter iron-on is a cool peel, so I waited until it was cool to the touch to peel up the plastic sheet. Next, you will lower your heat press temp back down to 305 degrees and set the time to 5 seconds. Place the adhesive vinyl sheet onto the pillow, then apply heat to each section for 5 seconds. Peel up the plastic backing sheet while it is still warm. Now you can bump up the heat on your heat press back to 320 degrees and set the time to 30 seconds. Place a sheet of the foil on top of the adhesive HTV and cover it with a Teflon sheet. Heat the entire design for 30 seconds and then set it aside for 15 minutes. By this time, your first pillow cover should be completely cool so you can remove the foil. To do this, you're going to grab one of the corners of the foil and then rip it kind of like you would a Band-Aid in a diagonal movement. Look how pretty this is. I honestly could not believe my eyes the first time I did this. On this first pillow, you can see a few spots where I messed up the adhesive HTV when I applied it, but even with a few blemishes, it still looks amazing. Once the other pillow has been cooling for 15 minutes, we can go ahead and peel the foil off of it too. Use the same method as the other pillow to remove the foil. I still can't get over how cool this material is, and I'm totally obsessed. These pillows look amazing in my living room with all of my other Halloween decorations. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and get a chance to make your own decorative pillows this Halloween. Be sure to subscribe below so you can follow along each week as I share new crafty projects. Don't forget to grab this free design on my website listed below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!